And, I was going to say one more thing also, just earlier, talking about the Twitter thing. When did professional wrestlers and people in the wrestling business become a bunch of gutless fucking sniveling pussies? When did that happen?
I would say around the turn of the century.
But the turn of the century, everybody fucking turned to fucking jelly. Because I now have the cosplay wrestlers have their own little play group, kind of like the fucking, kindergartners. When the high schoolers are over there doing high schooler stuff, the kindergartners are playing out in their own little group. But they get the fucking hurtest feelings that I've ever seen, especially when I call attention to the fact that one of their number is a fucking idiot or a piece of shit or in some way a waste of human flesh. But I'm just thinking, I want to think back to, say, 1983 in Louisiana. If somebody physically attacked Butch Reed wouldn't get his feelings hurt about it down in New Orleans. He'd just let the New Orleans Police Department drag the guy into the room that we all have heard about that was right next to the back door and throw him in the room. And then Butch would go back and speak with that fan for a couple of minutes while the police stood outside. And then the police would go in when Butch left and take what was left and chuck it out back in the alley. Nobody got their feelings hurt. I don't understand when suddenly, all of a sudden, they want to be inclusive. They want to make sure everybody can get their feelings hurt. No fan that yelled anything at me ever hurt my feelings unless it was followed by a fist or he had a knife in his hand. I wanted them to say horrible things about me. But the difference between, I think all these butthurt fucking cosplay wrestlers and back then is that they know I'm telling the truth. They know that they're a bunch of fucking circus sideshow fucking geeks, JoJo the dog-faced boy and Zippy the pinhead. Now I'll hear from the pinhead lobby. And they realize that they're just fucking circus freaks with no substance and no talent. And they just wiggle their way across the fucking ring like slugs, like snails leaving a trail of slime and do their comedy spots. And then leave it to the talented folks in wrestling to try to come in and wipe up the mat for the slime and actually entertain people in a proper fashion. But they get their feelings hurt a lot. And all I hear from all elite is, we want to be all inclusive. We want everybody to feel good. Get somebody over, draw some fucking serious money on a regular basis. And to do that, you're going to have to hurt some people's fucking feelings. Not only the fans, but also the wrestlers that you say, hey, well, I know we signed you, but we were fucking delusional. And now that we realize what the fuck we've done, we're going to have to fucking move you on out so we can actually sign some fucking talent. They're going to have to hurt some wrestlers' feelings. But anyway.
Did you see they announced a match for All Out? A three-way match, Darby Allin versus Jelly Janela versus Jimmy Havoc?
Well, I think that's probably Cody because he learned from Dusty. Because remember, when Jimmy Valiant was so over in the Carolinas, he was so mega over, but he by then the matches were gone, right? He was limited. So what Dusty did was he booked him against Paul Jones because Paul Jones at the time, honestly, was not that good of a manager. I think we can all agree on that. He was a great wrestler in his day, but he wasn't that good a manager. But he was figured in because he had been loyal to the Crockett's for so long. So anybody that Dusty would put in Paul Jones's stable generally would be the guys that had to fucking put Boogie over and feud with Jimmy in the ring so he'd keep it all contained. That was the rotten match on the show that did sell tickets. But even then, it looked like fucking Luthez versus Carl Gotch compared to what they try to do today. But I think that's Cody's thing. Just get all the fucking garbage in one place where we can get it in and get it out without too much of it smelling too bad. That may be that principle.
What do you think of the news of AEW getting Wednesday nights on TNT?
I knew that already, just to be quite honest. But anyway,